Caitlin Clark just returned to the golf course, and the LPGA rolled out the red carpet like she's already one of them.
I've just tried to stay positive the best I can, but I honestly feel like I'm in a really good spot, and honestly more work than when you're playing. So, I've spent so much time here in this building this season just trying to get healthy and trying to kind of just get back to 100%, and honestly...
November 12th, 2025, the Annika Pro-Am. Thousands of fans in fever jerseys lining fairways.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Caitlin! Right from the inches away! Caitlin! Wow. Are we sure it didn't go in? Is this like a, we're good, we're gonna call it some birdie?
I don't think so. Oh.
Yes!
Not for Nelly Korda or Annika Sorenstam, but for a basketball player who's falling in love with golf while her own sport implodes.
Yeah, I would love it. I would go anywhere and play. I think that would be, as I said earlier, like, we're in a moment in time where, the WNBA has never been hotter. There's never been more fans. There's never been more international fans of the game, and that's where you can really grow, is in the international space, and I think the NBA has done a tremendous job of that, and I would love to go play over there. I think it would be really fun. I think it...
You're welcome here. This is where you belong, LPGA star Nelly Korda told Clark directly. Meanwhile, the WNBA paying her $78,000 while she generates hundreds of millions, threatening to cancel the entire 2026 season, and staying silent while golf embraces their biggest star with open arms.
Now, Zach said this is the third time he's actually played with Caitlin in a Pro-Am. The other two times came at the John Deere Classic, and he said her game is definitely getting better and better every time he plays with her, and he said given how good of an athlete she is and how driven he is, he wasn't surprised.
This isn't just a celebrity playing a Pro-Am. This is the beginning of golf's newest crossover star, and the WNBA is about to lose her. Before we talk about the controversy, let's talk about why Caitlin Clark is actually good at golf, because this isn't just a publicity stunt. Clark grew up playing golf in Iowa. "I would beg my dad to take me golfing," she revealed. Golf was her first love before basketball took over. She played competitively growing up and maintained a respectable game throughout her basketball career. Her swing, legitimate. Golf pros who've played with her confirm she's a solid player with real fundamentals.
On the PGA Tour, so let's get out there to the plantation course, and that is where we find our very own Rex Hoggard. Rex, you were following Clark's group today. We saw the scenes last week on the LPGA. What was it like this week?
Not Tiger Woods, but not a hack either. She understands course management, reads greens well, and has genuine passion for the sport. At last year's Annika Pro-Am in November 2024, Clark made her debut, and the golf world took notice. She drew the largest crowds of any participant, bigger than most LPGA Tour events. Fans lined fairways in Iowa and Indiana Fever jerseys just to watch her play.
WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season.
Golf Channel expanded coverage specifically for her appearance, live streaming her warm-up sessions and adding in-round coverage they don't typically do for Pro-Ams. That's the Caitlin Clark effect, turning a celebrity exhibition into must-watch television. This year's return, even bigger. But here's what makes this fascinating. Clark openly admits golf competes with basketball for her passion.
Obviously, I was very fortunate after my freshman year of college. That's when I began working with, different brands and began working with Nike. And
the WNBA's summer schedule frustrates me because that's when you golf. My golf game has had to take a back seat to basketball. Read that again. Her favorite hobby takes a back seat to the sport, paying her $78,000 a year.
Yeah.
Hi, Allie Ewing.
Nice to meet you.
I said it, the buzz from the players
Over here, so. I'm distracting you.
for weeks
No, y'all are trying to get
has
finished.
been huge.
Somebody take this picture.
By the way, Allie, an outstanding
let's do
point
it.
guard in her own right in Fulton, Mississippi.
While exploiting her for hundreds of millions. That context makes everything else make sense. Now let's talk about how the golf world has embraced Caitlin Clark, because the contrast with the WNBA is stunning. Nelly Korda, world #1 multiple major champion, approached Clark directly at the Annika Pro-Am. You're welcome here. This is where you belong. That's the #1 player in women's golf publicly welcoming a basketball player like she's already part of the family. Maria Fassi gushed about her. Caitlin's energy is pure. She provides the fire we've been lacking in women's golf. Alex Pano: yeah, I'm a massive Caitlin Clark fan. I love basketball, but especially her. Having her here elevates everything. The LPGA social media accounts post about her constantly, highlight her shots, celebrate her presence, spell her name correctly. More on that disaster later. Compare that reception to the WNBA, where Angel Reese stayed silent about Clark's golf appearance. Aja Wilson said nothing. Yo WNBA, peers who should be supporting her crossover success. Crickets. Golf pros are openly recruiting her. WNBA players can't even congratulate her. Fans noticed immediately. The LPGA showing more love to Caitlin Clark than her own league is wild. Honestly, she should just transition to golf. They actually appreciate her. Let the WNBA self-destruct. Caitlin, go where you're wanted. And here's the kicker. The LPGA sees the value Clark brings. Her appearance at the Annika Pro-Am drew thousands of new eyes to women's golf. Young girls who worship Clark are now watching LPGA tournaments. Her jersey sales, her social media reach, her ability to move needles. The golf world gets it. The WNBA, they told her she should be grateful for a $78,000 salary. Let's ask the question everyone's thinking. Could Caitlin Clark actually play professional golf? Here's what we know. She has legitimate fundamentals from years of playing. She's an elite athlete with hand-eye coordination few people possess. She's hyper-competitive and obsessive about improvement. She has the financial resources to hire top coaches and dedicate full-time to golf if she wanted. Golf history is filled with multi-sport athletes who transitioned successfully. Babe Didrikson Zacharias dominated basketball and track before becoming one of golf's greatest players. Clark's athletic profile actually fits golf perfectly. Basketball players have great touch and feel. Crucial for putting her hand-eye coordination is elite. She's used to performing under massive pressure. She has the mental toughness required for golf's psychological warfare. The question isn't, could she be decent? It's, how good could she actually become with full commitment? Conservative estimate. With 2 to 3 years of focused training, she could probably compete at high amateur level or even in minor professional tours. Aggressive estimate. With Tiger-level dedication and top coaching, she could potentially make LPGA Tour cuts within 5 years. Is that realistic? Maybe not, but the fact it's even discussable shows how legitimate her golf game is.
Next on the tee, Caitlin Clark.
And here's the wild part. If the WNBA season gets canceled due to lockout, very possible in 2026, Clark will have an entire year with nothing to do. A year she could spend playing golf, training, competing in amateur events. The LPGA would welcome her with open arms. Sponsors would throw money at her. Fans would follow her anywhere. Meanwhile, the WNBA would be imploding over greed, while their biggest star finds happiness elsewhere. Quick context for why this matters. The WNBA is facing its biggest crisis ever, the Grateful Scandal. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert allegedly told players Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court because without the WNBA platform, she wouldn't make anything. False. Clark had major deals before joining the league. The salary exploitation. Clark makes $78,000 a year while generating hundreds of millions in revenue for the WNBA. No revenue sharing, no fair compensation. The 2026 lockout threat. The season might not happen. CBA negotiations collapsed. First work stoppage in WNBA history could cancel everything. The disrespect. The WNBA has misspelled Clark's name multiple times on official graphics. Kelton Clark instead of Caitlin, their biggest star, and they can't spell her name. This isn't just drama, it's a league in crisis. And while they fight over money and control, Caitlin Clark is spending her offseason being celebrated by the golf world. Here's why this matters for golf fans. Caitlin Clark could be the crossover star women's golf has been waiting for. Think about what she brings. Massive social media following, millions of young fans who worship her mainstream appeal, She's on magazine covers, national commercials, cultural conversation, proven ability to move ratings. WNBA viewership tripled when she played authentic love for golf. This isn't fake. She genuinely loves the sport. The LPGA has struggled with mainstream American stars. Sure, Nelly Korda is amazing, but she's not a household name outside golf circles. Rose Zhang is fantastic, but doesn't have Clark's cultural penetration. Caitlin Clark playing even occasional LPGA Pro-Ams brings new eyeballs to women's golf, young girls seeing golf as cool, and aspirational sponsors investing more money in women's golf media coverage that normally ignores the LPGA. Her appearance at the Annika Pro-Am drew Golf Channel's biggest audience for a Pro-Am in years. Thousands of fans showed up wearing basketball jerseys to watch GOLF. That's unprecedented crossover appeal. And if she actually pursued competitive golf, even at amateur level, the attention would be massive. Imagine Clark playing in the U.S. Women's Amateur or even Monday qualifying for LPGA events. The storylines write themselves. The LPGA is smart enough to see this opportunity. They're rolling out the red carpet, making her feel welcome, celebrating her presence. They understand she's a gateway to millions of potential new fans. The WNBA, they're fighting over whether she should be grateful for exploitation wages.